I want people to stop dying. I want to end that war. I'll end that war between those two countries in 24 hours. It won't even take that long.
So very powerful speech there by President or potential future President Donald Trump. He intends to obviously stop or end the conflict or the war between Russia and Ukraine. A lot of people believe that it's really a war between the US and Russia. Ukraine is a compromise point. They're being utilized to facilitate, fuel this war, and casualties happen to fall on the Ukrainian and the Russian side, but it's really a war between the US and Russia. Now, we don't want to get into the politics or whether this is true, not true is up to people's opinion. We want to stay away from any such discussions, not the point of this video. But what the point that I want to raise in this video is that
I will get the war ended. I'll stop all of those lives from being wasted and lost. And there'll be no more bombing of Ukraine. There'll be no more bombing of Russia. And everybody will be happy.
A lot of lives, unfortunately, a lot of destructions happening on the Russian side, a lot of casualties, a lot of people dying because as a result of this war. Similarly, you have casualties happening also on the Ukrainian side. So there is loss of life on both sides. One significant blow that this war has created is that it has displaced a lot of Ukrainian people, right? A lot of Russians have been flocking to all these CBI countries trying to purchase citizenships. It's not really their fault. They just happen to be caught in the crossfire of this whole war situation. So have been looking for citizenships. A lot of people obtained the Ukrainian passport not knowing that there's going to be this war. They are stuck with that Ukrainian nationality. So there has been a lot of issues that citizens both in Ukraine as well as in Russia have faced. So one of the things that will immediately start rectifying is that value the Russian passport currently has would significantly start improving, start going up. The Russian passport and the Russian citizenship is once again going to be more and more important. It's going to gain its value. A lot of people love Ukraine. They went to Ukraine, they've invested in Ukraine, they've bought properties in Ukraine to get that residency and even the citizenship. So all of that lost value, lost cause will be restored. So there's only benefit that can happen on both the sides if this war ends. It takes one person to make the positive move, to take the positive step, to get the two to the table, resolve the conflict, not participate in the war, not fuel the war further by providing more ideas, more ammunition, more funding and all of that. So as soon as this war ends, I think the demand for that Russian passport, Russian citizenship, especially because Russia allows dual citizenship, it adds that diversity. A lot of people only focus on the financial diversity, the geographical diversity, but also what's very, very important is the ideological diversity. So for a Westerner, having access to that Russian passport or any other country in that region is extremely valuable, and that value has somewhere been shaken because of this whole war situation. But a lot of people would be excited and interested to jump on to that dual citizenship, get the Russian passport, get the Russian nationality once all the sanctions and the restrictions are lifted off of Russia. The Ukrainian passport, on the other hand, has lost a lot of its value. A lot of CBI countries have put restrictions on Ukrainian nationals trying to apply for CBI programs. All of that should be fixed once the situation comes back to normal. The Ukrainian passport, on the other hand, should regain its glory. One of the biggest opportunities that I feel, and these are personal opinions, this is not political stuff. One of the things that I strongly feel that the step that Ukraine should take is immediately allow dual citizenship. The second step I feel Ukraine should take is to allow investments in the country in return for citizenships. I feel launching a CBI program by Ukraine will get tremendous amount of direct foreign investment and interest in Ukraine. It should promote real estate purchases. Now, a lot of what we are talking about here really depends upon the outcome of the US elections to a large extent. We really hope that this whole war situation resolves before that, but if not, the elections really would be very interesting. It would be very exciting to see what happens if Donald Trump wins those elections. In the meanwhile, to all the different citizens of this world and watching my channel, watching this video, if you want to get started with your second option, which is more important than ever before in this chaotic world, there are some absolutely amazing countries that offer quick and easy residency, cheap residencies, which can then lead to real rich citizenships, which are diversified, solid, strong citizenship options. So if there is a conflict in country A, you always have your country B, your country C. You have your plans in place, you have your solid pillars in place. One of the best options that I see is Mexico. It's a superb country, very solid, very strong, close to the US, close to Canada, in the North Americas, great amount of economic activity. The country is headed in the absolute right direction, provides you with the flexibility, provides you with the freedom. It has a flexible temporary residency, which can then lead to your all-important Mexican citizenship and Mexican passport. It's one of the coolest looking passports, green in color. If you want to know how to get started with that Mexican residency, which can then get you that Mexican citizenship, we cover the whole process from start to finish. I have a very detailed interview with my attorney explaining the whole process, including the safety situation in Mexico. Now, if you have missed that video, make sure to return and watch this one. This talks about the entire Mexican residency to citizenship option. The second great option is in Mauritius, an African country. The passport is super strong. Mauritian passport is one of the strongest passport in the Africas, in as low as $1,000 US. A lot of people market the 375K in property investment, but there are a couple of ways to actually gain this at $1,000 if you qualify. And if you have missed my Mauritian coverage, can I work with a very powerful legal firm in Mauritius? If you want to get started, you can take a look at this video. This has the next steps on how you can get started with your Mauritian permanent residency, which can then lead to that Mauritian citizenship, which can then lead to that Mauritian passport. Now, a lot of people go crazy when a CVI country has access to Russia. For some reason, the Russian visa-free access looks super interesting to people. Now, a lot of people still feel that they want that Russian citizenship, but you always have the Serbian option, a beautiful, beautiful country in the same geographical location, provides some of the same benefits that the other country provides. And there is a latest new development where Serbia announced that they want to reduce the citizenship time frame from 3 years, or instead of living there for 3 years to gain the citizenship on the permanent residency, they're planning to reduce that to just 1 year. So in 12 months of residency in Serbia on permanent residency, you can get Serbian citizenship. It is an extremely solid passport, very protective, very secure, very solid and stable option. I'm going to cover every single development on the Serbian option, so make sure you turn on the bell notification and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the latest update on Serbia. And at any point, there are several other options. There are 193 countries, and a lot of these countries actually provide residencies, which then lead to citizenships in different parts of the world. You can always click that link in the description, book a call with us. We can discuss which is the best option in your particular circumstances and get you started on that option. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.